guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a hair maintenance vlog. So I'm actually not wearing tape and extensions right now. I'm wearing microlinks and kinky coily texture. Anyways, long story, have a video coming on it, don't worry. But in today's video I wanted to make one that kind of just talked about or showed you guys how I uninstall my extensions, how I clean the tape off, how I retape them, how I wash them, the whole 9 yards. So if you guys are interested in that kind of content, make sure to keep watching. If you like my channel, make sure to like the video and to subscribe for more content.
This time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love.
Alright guys, so in this part of the video I'm going to show you how I take the tape off of my extensions. I want to apologize for the background noise. I am drying clothes because I'm like in a cleaning thing. I don't know. So if you recall the last video, I told you guys I have a bag of hair that I literally took out of my head and I just threw in the bag. Normally that is not what I do. I typically tend to try to put all of the hair like going one direction. So these are ones I've already done. So I try to have all the hair going one direction. I try to marry pieces so that it's kind of just a little bit less chaotic when I go to wash everything. And normally when I'm reusing extensions, I'm doing the entire process like within the course of a few days. So to take the tape off the extensions, there's a couple ways to do it. So once you've taken your extensions out, you can use alcohol, you can use oil. I showed you guys in the last clip, I like using the big Kizzy 22 spray remover, 1, 2. I have 3, I haven't really tried it yet. It does a decent job. I still have hair, like glue in my hair, so it's not amazing, but it does what I need to do. I also use C22, and I will link all of that stuff down below, so in case you're interested in using any of it, feel free to check it out. So you have 2 options here. The first is to just remove it by hand, and essentially what you want to do is grab the tape, and if you can see, just try and pull it away from the extension and it should pull off. Now I think because these have been sitting for a while is why it's pulling off so cleanly. Normally it is not this clean. It's a lot messier when I'm trying to take them off. So there's another way that you can do this, and I'm going to show you in just a second. It can be a little therapeutic. This is something to do when you're like watching your favorite TV show, or maybe while you're deep conditioning your own natural hair. Like there's so many things you can do. But the other way that you can take the tape off, so sometimes when I have my nails done or when the tape is just like super sticky, I use a tool like this. And this is honestly what I can only describe as a soldering iron or like a wood burning iron. So if you go into the craft section, that's kind of what it looks like. This one I actually got from AliExpress. I will link it down below. I'm pretty sure I've seen some on Amazon now too. But essentially it does have to be plugged in. So it does kind of like limit where you can go, because you have to get like a cord. Anyways, whatever. So basically you press the button and it turns it on, and so it goes 3 different heat levels. Green is the lowest, blue is the next highest, and then red is like super duper hot. You do not ever want to use red for anything. And if you can see, like this thing gets super hot. It like melted the button. Like the button was like flat, but the heat from this thing, because I was using it so continuously, melted it. So just be forewarned. So essentially you're going to turn it on. You can leave it on the green side. The green is the lowest one. And then what you are going to want to do, let me move you guys. All right, so we're back. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing. So essentially I did turn it up to blue just so I could see if it's going to work a little better. For some reason green is not working for me today. But you're basically going to just roll, use it to heat and roll the tape. And you want to move quickly. Do not ever leave this like just sitting on one piece of the extension because it will burn through the tape. But essentially this is what you're doing. Okay, you're just kind of pushing it off. And you can push it all the way off, or you can just push it to the point that you can grab it with your fingers and rip it off. It honestly is a preference thing. So then again, you have that clean piece, and that's what you're looking for before you wash it. Okay, so the other thing that I like to do while I am going through and taking them, and this is what I mean when I say marry pieces. So this is 2 pieces and I just stick the tapes to them together. So typically when I take them out my head, I stick the tapes together like this and just let the old tape stick to each other until I'm ready to take all the pieces apart. That makes it easier for me to make sure I have enough sandwiches and just keep track of counting because that's easier for me. And then it's just also handling, it's just a lot easier. The other thing I like to do while I am, did I just put that over here? I did. The other thing I like to do while I'm going through my extensions is just kind of like take a look and see what shape are the extensions in. Like, now granted I had my hair curled when I took these out, so I do have to take that into consideration, but you know, is the hair super duper curly? Is it super matted? Is it super knotty? Like, do we need to throw them away? And you know, this is the time when I want to do that because I don't want to put them back in my head if they are in a terrible if they're in terrible shape. You know, why would I want to invite those problems in? So basically what I'm gonna do is just go through my bag of hair and pretty much just pull out the hair, straighten it out, and put it in a pile so that I can wash it. And so we'll pick up there when I am ready to wash the hair, okay? What up, guys? Okay, so I know I look a mess, whatever, it's not important. So I just finished untaping, or actually I did it last night, and so we're getting ready to put them in a shampoo bath and just kind of let them soak and marinate. I washed some other extensions this morning, and guys, when I tell you it was so dirty, oh my gosh, I was embarrassed, okay, truly. So I'm just grabbing all the hair and I am putting it in my sink. So I'm pretty much just gonna let it like soak until I get off work. And I'm putting shampoo and conditioner in the water with it. So let me grab those. And I'm using my Garnier Pure Clean. I have no idea if it's like worth anything, but it was in a 2-pack or it was like a thing. And I felt like it says purifying shampoo. Sorry. It says purifying shampoo, so I was like, okay, well maybe it's gonna do something. I don't know. So I'm using warm water. I hope you guys can hear me. All right. So there we go. So this is the hair. I'm gonna add shampoo. Okay. And then, why?
Don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah.
Okay, so from here, the next thing I like to do is actually like just go through the extensions and separate them out. I'm also evaluating, and I kind of try and like pair them up so that I have ideas, because we do want to make sure that we have enough pairs. So that's the easiest way to kind of do this. And I lay it all out on a towel because I'm gonna just let them kind of air dry for a while. And then after that, then I'm gonna go back and probably blow dry these as well. I do have a hair extension like thing that I can put on my window or on a wall to allow me to blow dry them. But I do like to try to get as much water out of them before that as possible, because this is a very long and tedious process. So once I get them all paired up, or at least going the same way and kind of just put in the right direction, I'm gonna just let them kind of chill here, and then after that I'm going to blow dry them so that I can get them retaped. And I don't do any type of conditioner outside of what was in the water, because I don't want the conditioner to affect the hair's ability to stick, or the ability for the hair to stick.
I know you're miles away from me, but still I dream of you and say your name in my sleep. Tell me, isn't that crazy? Just wanna call you up and tell you how I feel. I see you wherever I go, and you don't even know. You are the stranger in the corner on the second floor. You're the girl next door, the girl next door, the stranger in the corner.
Alright guys, so we're in the final part pretty much of mixing your hair extensions. So you've taken them out of your hair, you've washed them, deep conditioned them if you so chose, blow dried them if you chose. And by the way, this thing I got from Amazon, so I will link it down below, but it just has these two pieces on the back, and as you saw in the clip, I just attach it to my mirror and use that to blow dry my hair extensions straight. You only want to do a few at a time, or if you have the time and you're patient enough to just let them air dry, you can do that. You really have plenty of options here. So now that you have your extensions, they should look something like this. I did just let mine air dry because since I put in the micro-link extensions, I was really in a huge rush for these to air dry, because I'm just doing this part for you guys, and then of course to set them up for when I'm ready to put them back in. But anyways, so now you're going to take your hair extensions and you want to separate them out, each individual one, if you will, and then you want to get some tape. Now I get mine from Amazon, and I really just go in and look at the reviews to see which ones are quality, which ones are trash, and I order from there. But they come like this, and they come normally 12 to a sheet, so you can essentially do 6 extensions with one, or 6 pairs with one sheet of this. And I use this to track like how many extensions I've done, so I'll just save all of the sheets until I'm finished, and I'll just go through and say, okay, I used 6 sheets, 6 times 12 is 72, 72 divided by 2 is what, 34 maybe? That's not right, but math is on restaurant soup. Anyways, so I'll just divide it in half, and that's 36, I think. Neither here nor there, but I'll just save the sheets, and that's how I calculate how many extensions I have. And that also kind of tells me like how many I'm going to need for when I decide to reinstall. So to install or retape these, you're going to put the tape on the side here. So the part that you took the tape off, you want to make sure it's as clean as possible. Try and pull all of the hair down so that it's literally just like as clean as you can make it. And then you have 2 options. So if you're going to install these, like put them up here and install them right from your head, you could literally just take the tape off and then tack it on and then pull it off and put it in your hair. If you are doing like me and you're going to save these, then what I like to do is just peel the corner off. So just peeling this, and then you're going to take it and line it up. And I'm going to switch the angle so you guys can see. But basically it's going to look like that. Okay, so then when you're ready to install this, you're literally just gonna peel these 2 pieces of tape off. You see, peel it off and install. So that's literally all you do. And then your extensions are ready for reinstallation. And so I just like to go through and do these. And I will do this, especially now that I work from home. I will just like put a movie on. Before I was working from home and I was doing this, I would just put a movie on and just like go to town, because it really is one of those things. It's like, it's mindless. So once you get the hang of it, and like it looks like that. And don't worry if your tape and replacements are not as thick as the tape or as thick as the pieces. As long as it has a good adherence, literally these 2 are just going to marry each other. Okay, so it's okay if it doesn't like go all the way down to the bottom of this part. It's also, you also want to make sure that you kind of try and get it as close. So I don't know if you guys can see, it's like a little bit there. I would trim that off personally before I put it in my head, because I don't want to have like side pieces of hair trying to get stuck in the tape in. So I would pull that piece off. But you want to try and get it like as close as possible. And that is going to happen, especially in cases where you have tapes that it's like you're not buying the replacement tape from the company you bought the hair from. And so that's okay. Again, just snip it off and everything will be fine. And like I said, it goes pretty quickly to be putting these back on once you kind of get the hang of it. And if you're a perfectionist, it might take you a little bit longer. Sometimes I can be, sometimes I won't be. It just kind of depends. Sometimes I might start out as it, and by the end I'm just like, you know what? As long as it gets back in my head, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, this is all I'm gonna do. And then I'm going to just store mine, and ghetto as it may be, I'm literally just gonna store these in an old Shein bag because it's plastic, so I'm not worried about it ruining anything. I can write on it with a marker. I can see the contents on the inside of it. So that's what I'm gonna do, is once I finish retaping all of these, I'm just gonna stick them in a Shein bag until I'm ready to wrap up my tape bands. And yeah.
The time when you're around me, but this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody.
Alright, and as you can see, all of these have now been retaped. Now normally, I don't use black, but like I said, that's what I have on hand, and I'm really trying to go through all of the tape that I've purchased previously to go ahead and use it up so that I can buy more replacement tape without having like bukus of extra. So then this is what they look like, and then I would just basically try and put them all in there like this. If you want to like bundle them in bundles for 20, which is how they're normally sold, you can do that. If you just want to chuck them in the bag, you can do that. Your preference, okay? Your preference. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was very informative for you, very helpful. I hope that I saved you some money, so you can just go to Amazon and I will link the tools and stuff that I got so you can use those, because honestly, the fact that people are out here buying those stitches, and I'm one of them as well, but the fact that people are out here just buying new extensions because they don't want to retape is insane to me. No judgment, because again, I'm one of them too sometimes. But if you're doing it because you don't know how to retape, now you do. And if you're doing it just because you want to, girl, go off. Love that for you. So anyways, see y'all.